People say webinars are dead, they are not working anymore, but the only people that say it are people that are running very poor webinars. Actually, webinars are still the number one and the highest converting strategy to get clients online. And the reason why is because people, before spending money, they spend time. Time is the most important currency that people will have, and it comes before money. And there is nothing better than a webinar, because a webinar, you get people to spend 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, up to 2 hours sometimes to consume your content, to get to know you, how you work. And if you do a really good job at it, actually they can buy from you straight away, because the trust that you're able to build is second to none. Now think about how long it will take to consume that amount of content on social media. It will take them months, those microseconds of scrolling before they actually can spend a full hour with you. So that's why webinars are still the highest converting tool. Now, things have changed, and right now what I'm going to show you in this video is what's working right now and how you can create high converting webinars. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Simone Vincenzi, and I'm the co-founder of GTeX and we turn experts into authorities. In particular, we specialize in helping you get clients with high converting webinars and filling them using strategic partnerships. And there are a few things that have changed right now in the webinars world. Number one is people are bombarded with poor webinars. So it's not that the competition, you have competition, but it's not that great. And that's also the biggest problem. Because what happens is that if people will have an assumption that your webinar is not going to be worth listening to, in particular if you operate in an industry like the coaching, speaking, or training industry, which is saturated with webinars. And this is the biggest thing. So actually, your worst enemies are your competition that run poor webinars, because now people can have the expectation that your webinar is gonna be great anyway. So what you want to do first is to let your case studies and testimonials talk for you. So instead of saying, hey, look at me, you're going to learn X, Y, and Z, say, hey, this is what people said about my training. Here's what people said about my webinars. Here is what people said about the work that we do. You can trust me, attend, and I promise you, you're going to have a great time. And so your investment actually is in your communication skills and how you structure that presentation. Because if you are able to deliver something that is above the mediocrity that is around there, people are going to say, oh my God, this is brilliant. And because the bar is so low right now, you will automatically stand out. So don't think that webinars are not working. Invest your time to perfect your webinar, so then people are going to say, oh my God, this is different. I want to stay until the end. I want to listen. I want to learn. And this is what happens during our webinars, because we have a great process, a great presentation, a great structure, but in particular, we think about how can we give people an incredible experience? How can we get people to say, oh my God, this was time well spent? Because if they think about it, if they think that this was time well spent, guess what? They will think also that this will be money well spent. And so that's number one thing that you can do. Number two is also the context in which you get your leads. Now, of course, if you don't have a big audience or using cold advertisement right now and using paid advertisement, the cost for registration for webinars, unless you're in an industry that webinars are not used that much, then they're really, really high. And also people, they register because they see your advertisement, but then very unlikely they will not show up. The majority don't show up because they don't know you. So the way where you get the leads matters right now for your webinars. I love strategic partnerships. Strategic partnership is where I create a collaboration with someone else who already has a relationship with their audience, and they promote me and my webinars. So because they trust them, then they will trust me. They're more likely to register, they're more likely to attend, and they're more likely to buy. And so now I don't have problems for how many people are going to show up to my webinar or not many people attending, because the majority of people that register actually will show up because they are invested in the relationship that they have with someone else. So now they trust them, therefore they will trust me. And so where you get your leads matter. Now you combine this, someone that brings their audience to you, they are more likely to register, to show up, and to buy. You combine them with a great presentation, there is nothing that can stop you from generating clients online. And this is the exact model that we teach in our courses. This is the exact model that we teach in our training. You can find a bit more information below on about our 30-day mentoring and how you can get started implementing the GTeX method. But think about this first. One, make sure you want to wow people. Getting your presentations, making them feel that, oh my God, this is time well spent. And secondly, find people, organizations, businesses that can bring their customers to you. And if you do that, you have hit the jackpot. And this is where you can then at some point, the sky's the limit. Depends how many partners you bring on board. You rinse and repeat, you deliver the same great presentation, you sell your offers, and now you're laughing your day to day. You're laughing your way to the bank. And that's what we like here in business at GTeX. I would love to know from you, what was the biggest highlight? What was the biggest aha moment that you got from this video? I would love to know below. And also, if you want to know how you can get started, there is a link where you can see how you can join our 30-day mentoring program to then have a taster on what it's like to work with us for the first 30 days and focus on one thing in particular that can make a huge difference in your business, whether it's working on your webinar, whether it's working on strategic partnerships or your offers. Having said that, I cannot wait to see you next video, and until next time, remember, together we grow exponentially. Ciao!